here we have my side on the right and we have Austin's side on the left. And he decided earlier to put his shoes on my side.
Catherine Paiz has been able to build quite the brand for herself, known as the mommy to the Ace family and the love of Austin's life. Well, Catherine and the family have been able to achieve a tremendous amount of success in a very short period of time. Now, currently sitting on over 17 million subscribers on YouTube at the time of this recording, selling tons of merch, partnering up with the likes of Skinny Mint, Cocoa White UK, also having modeled for the likes of Victoria's Secret and Azalea Swimwear. Well, Catherine has done quite a good job for herself, sitting at an estimated $1 million net worth. Well, that depends where you look. Now, she's also done some acting and currently has over 7 million Instagram followers.
We trying to get that Gucci.
What we get?
Yeah.
We just looking, bro. We just looking.
Window shopping.
Window shopping, bro.
TMZ, baby.
I honestly got way too much Gucci, to be honest. Like.
Okay.
Now, her two daughters, they have over 7 million followers collectively as well, so maybe I should get to work making it before they're a famous video on them. I don't know how I'll get that to 10 minutes. Now, we'll be covering her net worth in much greater detail, her spending habits, including some of the outfits she puts on her little girls. Also, how she makes her money and how much she was spending on rent before the family moved into, well, you know, the mega mansion that's currently trending online.
This is where our wonderful chef cooks our meals. And this island is so precious to me. It's easy to clean, it looks dope.
Damn! I'm just happy I don't live in my mom's basement anymore. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden and welcome back to The Rich Life. Now, we've done videos on the Ace family and then we did one on Austin specifically, so of course we had to do Catherine as well. Now, I'm gonna try and not repeat much of the same information we've covered in those previous videos and get you guys all new information. But some things like the money they've made on YouTube, well, it's just so important to talk about and they're splitting the pot. As always, drop us a comment down below on who you want us to cover next. Subscribe so you guys can officially be a part of the Fame Gang. And for today's trivia question, what was the first movie Catherine was in? You guys gotta let me know your guesses in the comments down below. We'll have the answer a little later in this video. And for the first few of you who get it right, I'll be following you over on IG. Damn, I've been doing a lot of following. You kids, you've been blowing up my DMs. All right, let's get into this video. Catherine Paiz was born Dolores Catherine Johnson Paiz on August 24th, 1990 in Montreal, Canada. She's of Panamanian descent, no relation to the Pomeranians, that's a joke. And she spent her early childhood with her father in Montreal, but she would move in with her mother in Tampa, Florida later in her teens. Now, it's believed her mother, she owned a hair salon and raised Catherine and her 3 younger siblings up until Catherine moved to St. Louis University to study. Now, following her graduation, she moved to LA to pursue a career in modeling and film. Now, while attending school at the University of St. Louis, well, she would go on a date with Austin and the two would fall madly in love. Now, the relationship, it would lead to the birth of their first child, Elle, who would then inspire them to create a YouTube channel. They recently gave birth to their second daughter, Alea, and they have plans on expanding the family in the future. Why not? They can afford it. So now that you know who she is, well, let's talk about her YouTube fortune. Now, at the time of this recording, the Ace family, they have 17.4 million subscribers on YouTube, and they're averaging at least 4 million views per day. And when it comes to AdSense, well, it really depends if you're on the Google preferred AdSense or not. Now, if you are, you'll be making a lot more than the average minimum of 3,000 per million views. Now, it's no secret that YouTube, they love family-friendly and kid-friendly content, and that's exactly what the Ace family is. But even assuming they get 3,000 per million views, well, in the last 30 days, and at the time of this recording, well, their channel has amassed over an astonishing 124 million views. Now, 124 multiplied by 3,000 per million, well, that comes to $372,000. And let's say for the sake of this video, well, they take 10% of it and they put it in Elle's bank account so she can have a savings account. Well, that means Austin and Catherine, they would be splitting approximately just under $335,000. And that's just from a month of views. Now, I'm no math god, but if you want to get more specific, well, she'd be pocketing $167,400 a month, at least. Now, it's also important to mention that they might give a cut to their youngest, Alea, but she's so young, I don't think she actually would have a bank account just yet. Maybe she does. Then she'd have to take like another 10%. Still, it's a lot of money. Actually, that kid did just get her ears pierced, and that video clocked in 5.6 million views at the time of this recording. Meaning the family, they made close to $10,500, according to a YouTube calculator, off getting her little ears pierced. Not bad.
I don't know. Should we do that one or that one?
This one's cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Catherine, she's also made quite a name for herself prior to her YouTube stardom, being considered a fitness influencer and model thanks to the large social media following she had prior to meeting Austin. Now, she's been able to model for the likes of Victoria's Secret and Azalea Swimwear, which was launched by model Rael Ivanova. I should make it before they're famous on her. She's also been cast in a few films such as Monday Night at 7 and You Can't Have It, which was opposite the Gronk. Take a look.
Someone needs to do some explaining. What's going on?
Now, she's also seen endorsement deals from the likes of Cocoa White UK and Skinny Mint. Now, the Ace family, they have also been sponsored by SeatGeek in some of their videos. Aside from brand deals and endorsements that Catherine has, we also need to talk about the kids. Now, at the time of this recording, their firstborn Elle, she has an Instagram following of over 5 million. Now, their newborn, who's less than a year old, she currently has 2.3 million Instagram followers alone. Now, as of now, it doesn't seem the two girls have any brand deals, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start promoting toys or children's clothes sooner than later. I really need to start thinking about having my own YouTube babies. For real. The family also has the Ace Family app, which is available for download on the App Store, and it mostly just promotes their merchandise, which is another huge source of revenue for the family. Now, they sell a ton of clothes ranging from hats to hoodies to tank tops to even baby clothes. Now, the prices they range, but considering how some items are currently sold out, well, that'll give you an indication of how popular this brand is. Now, in regards to her net worth, being the fact god, I've done a few of these videos, well, I can tell you she's worth a whole lot more than $500,000. The amount of views these guys are pulling in and the fact that they're family friendly, they're making some bank. I'd say she's worth probably like $5 million. Just guessing, but I'm probably not far off.
If you guess whatever the item is, if you guess that price of that item correctly, you get that item.
Alright, so let's talk about where all this money goes. Now, of course, I'm sure they have investments and savings and all that boring stuff, but let's talk about the good stuff. First, their house. Well, where do I begin?
Oh, hello there. You guys are a bit early. Good thing we're expecting you guys.
Now, it was built on 1.8 acres of land. It has a massive patio that leads from the fitness room to their master bedroom. Now, it has floor-to-ceiling showers, a kitchen with a marble finish, an absolutely massive infinity pool in the backyard, which oversees some incredible scenery. They also have a movie theater, a playroom, and tons of other fun stuff. Now, it's believed the purchase of the two houses, which they merged into one, it cost them $10 million alone. And the details of how much construction cost, well, they were never disclosed. But I can tell you that it wasn't a cheap piece of land. In fact, someone they offered to buy the house from the family while it was still being built. Now, at first they offered $15 million, and then they offered $22 million. Obviously, the Ace family, they decided not to sell, but that should give you an idea of how much this house cost the family when all was said and done. And let me tell you, well, it's an absolutely gorgeous home. You might see me sleeping outside of it, just because I love it.
What?
Oven.
Yeah, the oven. Wow, the fridge.
Now, it's also important to mention that the Ace family, they moved into their new home while they were renting a 6,500 square foot mansion in Woodland Hills, California. Now, it's believed they were paying around $17,000 a month in rent, which is equivalent to over $200,000 per year. So it doesn't really sound like someone with a net worth of under $1 million would be spending that much money on rent. But don't worry, there's more.
But wait! There's more!
Aside from the multi-million-dollar crib, Catherine, she also has good taste in cars. Now, she's got a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon customized with 20-inch wheels and a 4-inch lift kit. Also rims, a limited edition light on the top of the Jeep, and red Cardinal leather interior. Now, the Jeep, it costs somewhere around $50,000. However, she just recently got it redesigned and painted, and details on how much that cost, well, they haven't been revealed, but as you can see, well, they lifted it even more and replaced the tires. So to say, it could easily put them back at least a good $5,000 to $10,000. Guessing.
We switched out the tires so they're a lot bigger, and then we also raised it. And then one thing I was really looking forward to was like the step, but it just didn't look good, so we didn't put it on there.
But she's also got a 2018 Range Rover Autobiography, which has a starting price tag of $177,000. Now, in the videos, they say they bought them for each other, then Catherine bought him a Lambo. At the end of the day, I think Austin bought them all. But you know, you gotta title these videos something. And plus, they're making the money together, so who really cares?
Oh my god, this is so freaking nice.
Now when it comes to clothes, well, Catherine, she likes to shell out. You can see here she's rocking the Louis Vuitton trainer Time Out monogram pink, which retails for 950 bucks. Now here she can be seen rocking a Louis V Palm Spring mini backpack, which costs just under $2,000. But we should also mention how she dresses her little ones. Now if you scroll through Elle's Instagram feed, well, you can see her rocking a Gucci fanny pack, which costs around 1,300 bucks. Also a pink Gucci princess t-shirt, which retails for around $100. Now Elle, she can also be seen in a pink Chanel t-shirt and a pair of pink Gucci sandals, which retail for $325. And let me clarify, I'm not hating on the kid. She's got some serious style. I'm trying. This ain't bad. When it comes to the youngest, well, naturally, she's mostly in diapers and little baby clothes. But having kids in general, it ain't cheap. So on top of all the clothes and toys, well, they got 2 extra mouths to feed and they need to pay for things like gymnastic lessons and all that fun stuff. But when you're a YouTube family, who cares? Wow. Now it's no secret that Catherine, she's also had some work done. Yeah, she outright made an Instagram post talking about a boob job that she got done back in 2008. She also commented it on in one of their more recent videos. Now although it's unclear how much the surgery cost or where she got it done, well, that's a big factor to the cost. Now the average price for the surgery is usually between $5,000 to $10,000. Now many people also believe that she's had a nose job. I can't so much as comment on this, and well, she's never admitted it in the past, but if she did, well, it would have set her back a good $7,000 to $10,000. And again, guys, I'm not hating. I think Catherine is a 10 out of 10 babe. I'm just the fat god and I'm here spitting some facts. Now it's safe to say the family has no shortage of cash on hand. They got a great thing going on YouTube, an absolutely adorable couple of kids, and a great on-screen presence that has their fans coming back for more. So here's to wishing the Ace family all the very best moving forward. But now it's time to answer that trivia question that I asked you a little earlier. What was the first movie Catherine was in? Well, it's a film called Lillian's Brood, and she played the character of Lillian number 1. Take a look.
Oh, you see, you like to let the animal out.
Oh, man, maybe I should update her before they're famous. All sorts of clips we found of her acting, and she looked like she's doing a great job. Now, if you guys like this video, be sure to check out Art of the Rich Life on Austin or on the Ace family, and you guys gotta let us know who's next in the comments down below. My name, of course, is Michael McCrudden, aka the Fat God, aka Before They're Famous Guy. You guys can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom! I actually tweeted Frankie Muniz. I asked him to collab. It's gonna be a Where Are They Now? Don't tell him.